Hey there! Did you know Baker's always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices? And when you download the Baker's app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Baker's today. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hi, I'm your inner dream monologue, and you're fast asleep, so I'll be quick. Great job using the Colgate Optic White Overnight Teeth Whitening Pen before bed. When used as directed, it gives you a visibly whiter smile in just 7 days. So while I fly and talk to animals, you're removing teeth stains with ease. Sweet dreams. And when you wake up, keep on living life to the brightest. Colgate Optic White. Find it at all major retailers. ElectraCast.
So many women, and it breaks my heart, come in and say, well, I'm so sick, and you can tell they have a majority of the symptoms, but I'm not going to do this because I don't want to see any scars. And that just breaks my heart because, trust me, when you get sick enough, you don't care what anything's going to look like.
Welcome to Unapologetically Fab,
where we take you on a journey of discovery as we collectively explore how to stay fab.
And live this life by our own design without apologies. I'm Stefany Baclaan.
And I'm Eden Alpert.
Hey, it's been a minute. What are you doing?
It's been a minute.
How you doing?
I'm good. Since we've done this, I had a birthday.
Yeah. Tell me.
It was a week and a half long. Maybe should have been a month like yours. It was crazy. It took me a week to recover, but that's okay.
We celebrated her birthday at Vibrato. We did a 70s birthday.
70s birthday, and then Friday, I don't know what I did. That Saturday, I did Craig's. Then Sunday, Monday, I went to San Luis Obispo and did whiskey tasting with 10 people, and it was just on and on and on. And I feel so loved and blessed.
And what else?
We could do that.
How's everything in your life? How's your family?
Everything's good. My daughter and her boyfriend are trekking along with this throat cancer, lovely stuff, but he's going to make it through. And my daughter got let go since we last saw each other, which is a good thing because everything happens for a reason, right? And now she's moved in since we did this last.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
She's moved in.
Okay.
And because she got let go, she's in Canada with her honey, helping him get through chemo and radiation.
Oh, like got let go from her work?
Yes.
Oh, because she was really strapped at the work thing,
she
too.
was strapped, but there's always a reason for something, right?
Oh, so she gets to be with him. That's amazing. Okay, Brian's good. Everybody's good.
Everyone's good. What about you? I know Nevin had a birthday.
That night, I got my phone stolen in Uber. I was taking Uber. I was sober. Got out of Uber, it was charging, we were listening to music, it was on the console, I jump out, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get out. Oh, wait, my phone. He drives off. I'm like, wait, my phone. I grab somebody else's phone, I'm calling, FaceTiming, and then my phone shuts off. And I can't reach him, and so I run in the house, automatically, like I'm calling everyone to find my location, try to come on the phone. No, my location doesn't exist anymore. I'm calling everybody, trying to shut down all my cards. Within that hour, he was trying to use all these cards at like smoke shops and stuff. He has my full driver's license. But I had to go to my son's birthday that night. And I'm like, okay, we're going. I don't give a fuck. We're just going to go. I'm not going to say anything. It's fine. I almost can't get into the bar.
Because you look like you.
And I'm like, no, you have to let me in. It's my son's birthday. And they're like, And I'm like, no. He's 26. And they're like, you need ID. Anyways, we got there. We were having drinks and stuff. And there's an instance where Nevin was like, all right, we're gonna go to this club, right? He's all hyped up, right? And his friend, and I'm like, we just got drinks. Oh no, should we chug them? What do we do? And his friend comes up to me and was like, it's okay. He always gets really hyped up and is like, just, and Tamla starts laughing. And Tamla's like, dude, he's so his mom. Like, let's go, everybody, all hyped up and everything. And like, it was just super, super funny with that. So we end up going to this club, and I can't get in again. So he has to get his friend, who's the DJ, to get me in the club.
That's so funny.
I get in the club. I'm on the stage dancing. Like, he brings me up, and we're all dancing on the DJ and everything. And my friend, this guy, shows up to. He always like picks me up when we go out. He shows up and he's watching us on stage, and Nevin's like, "This is my mom!
Oh my
this
God,
I love it." So anyway, that was so amazing to me, just to like party in a club with my son, and he has to get me in the club. So I'm super unapologetic for looking like your friends.
Whoops. And you let
with
the
my
other
little
stuff
half
go.
shirt on and shit. I totally let it go. The next day was Mother's Day, and I was not stressed. I spent 12 hours on the phone making phone calls, trying to find all my passwords, because every time I was getting into my passwords, it was sending it to my phone. Don't you love that shit?
I just want to know what Uber's doing about this, because the guy claimed
Uber
that
was like, well, I filed 2 police reports, and I went to the police station. I've sent them all this stuff so they can do all their thing. But they were like, he said he looked all over for your phone. Which is like, he didn't say someone else took your phone. He just said he was searching all over his car for it.
All you need to know is, did someone else get in right away? Because obviously, if you picked up a right away,
He literally shut off my phone within 7 minutes. Less.
That's just, and I don't know, random things happen to you. Anyways, but you have that personality that bounces right back.
You know what?
That's what I love about you.
There was a silver lining. I guess I got a new phone. I don't know. Today we're going to talk about the discovery of imperfections, embracing your flaws and accepting yourself for who you are, and how we navigate through that. In this episode, we're going to break down implant illness and explant surgeries with holistic beauty coach Amanda Porta, who herself, survivor of breast implant illness, healed herself and is now an advocate and educator in Beverly Hills for women who are going through their own explant journeys. We welcome Amanda Porta.
Thank you, ladies.
Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here.
Hello. How are you? Aloha.
Aloha. I am fabulous today.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
I'm really happy to be here.
How are
with
you
both of
doing? How is it getting here?
Oh, it's great. I'm in alignment. And whenever I put on Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel.
Hey.
It aligns me, so that's what we did on the way.
Yeah, we talked about the 80s, 90s.
Oh, girl. I mean, we're not done. We love it. Keith Sweat.
Sade. You know, so many good things.
So, Amanda, tell us a little bit of story about yourself. I mean, what brought you as a holistic beauty coach?
You know, looking back on my life, I had always been really natural. My mother was really natural. We spent weekends at our place in Santa Cruz on the beach. I still wear the same lotion that I wore back then, coconut lotion. And then my mom's very natural, very into supplementation and healthy eating. My father was actually a Western medicine doctor. And so I don't even think at that age I would have been thinking of cosmetic surgery or anything like that. But I had a breast deformity. It's a constricted lower pole, so the breasts never fully develop. And while others may not have noticed, it bothered me. So when I was in my 20s, I decided to look into getting a surgery to correct it. But I had so little breast tissue that there's really nothing that they could do. So then they suggest, why don't we put breast implants in? And so many of my friends had them at the time and seemed to like them. I wasn't crazy about the idea, but, you know, at that age, you want to kind of be like everyone else. So, and that was right around probably like the Baywatch time. So, you know, so I did it reluctantly.
So is this the point that you believed that there was something imperfect? Did you think of it like that?
I definitely felt, I think, the pressure to feel like all the other girls. You know, they had breasts, my friends, and I didn't. I mean, I'm a dancer, as we've discussed, a ballerina by training. And so I've always been very tiny and thin. You know, generally, dancers don't have large breasts. So, you know, that wasn't anything from there that I felt the pressure to do. I just felt the pressure of wanting to be like everyone else.
And then we have this Pamela Anderson show, Baywatch, and everyone was kind of into that then. I think I was a little booby obsessed with rollerblading and seeing big boobs go down the boardwalk. And I'd be like, I would say to my now ex-husband, wow, look at those boobs. Wow, look at those boobs.
Right.
I was obsessed with boobs.
Yeah, one of my best friends was on that show. She was my best friend for 20 years. We're not friends anymore at this point. It's unfortunate. But she, I hung around people that had all boobs, and I did not. I was a little chubbier then, I think, so maybe they were bigger, but I just never did it, but I was obsessed with it, and I wanted to.
Sure.
So did you have any other surgeries after?
I never did.
Just the one surgery?
No, I mean, I did Botox for 20 years.
But one breast implant, that was it?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I got my first set of saline in 2003, got something called capsular contracture within the first year. And so sometimes it necessitates replacing them. So I had them replaced with the silicone implants introduced back to the market after having been banned for 10 years. And they promised me that these were new and improved, and I would be part of a study, which of course there was no study. I never was followed up on. And within 9 months, I started having hormonal issues.
From saline to silicone?
Yes.
Okay.
But I see this in patients now with both types. The shell of an implant is made of silicone, and the same chemicals, heavy metals, are in both saline and silicone. It's just the inside contents that are different.
So the very thing you did to fix what you perceived to be an imperfection caused illness.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, and I look at the entire situation as my life's purpose. It all happened for a reason. Everything from having the physical thing that needed to have the implants to then I started working in the industry because I wanted other women to feel great. And so then I had all that experience and then having to go through 7.5 years of illness. So I could really relate to what these women are going through now.
Well, here's the thing, though. You did not know the illness was caused from the implants at all. So how did you, nobody knows. Nobody figures this out. I think that's what you're doing now, right?
Right. And I think the fact that I work in the industry, it took even longer maybe than it would have. I mean, you have to remember, too, nobody was talking about this. And women were so sick, 30 years ago. There was a huge Dow Corning lawsuit, but they kind of rectified that, brought out the new silicone implants, swept it under the rug. But so I see it a lot with nurses as well now because our colleagues say, oh, there's no illness connected to breast implants. So you believe your peers, and so you don't look into that. So I was looking at everything else, my thyroid, et cetera, but I had 40 symptoms.
Wow. And there's a whole list of symptoms you can go through. Just so you know, I don't know if you know this about me. I had my implants removed 3.5 years ago.
That was going to be my next question.
Not because of illness. I had the saline to begin with back in the early, 2000. And then saline because the silicone were not safe at the time and they were pulled off the market. And I was a mom and my daughter had sucked the life out of me. And I had great boobs before, but I was obsessed with the big boob thing. And my milk came in and I had a double D and I was like, I want these all the time. So I did that, but I didn't go that big. I had a fabulous doctor in Newport. They were great. The saline were great. I don't know why I wanted to change them to silicone. They were starting to get where you hug and you could bounce off of each other.
Right.
So I just wanted to change them and they were saying now the silicone was safe. So cut two, I go to a new doctor in Beverly Hills who takes out the old ones, puts in bigger ones. So now I'm at 475 cc's, which is very big. Anyway, one gets encapsulated and one's sitting up here and the other one's, normal. No one knows but me, but I cannot get in a size 4 or 6 anything because the top is so big. And then when you get older, it's not cute. It's not cute.
So are you natural right now?
I'm natural.
These
They're
are all
gone.
natural?
They're all natural. I have a little bit of a padded
Did they
bra.
tuck it up and
I had enough
nip tuck
breast
and
tissue
stuff?
and I had a really good tissue that they sewed the existing tissue into place, so I didn't even have to inject fat. I miss a little bit of the oomph on the top, but I don't care. And, I was married. Everyone said, you did it because you were married. No, that's not at all.
Right.
Screw him if he would have had an issue with it. Plus, he's an ass man. But you know what I'm saying? It's it's not about that. And I had body dysmorphia afterwards. I had a little bit of I don't like this. It's too in a dress. I don't have the anymore. And then I just, I went, I love myself too much to give a shit about any of this stuff.
You embraced it.
When did you have yours removed?
3.5 years ago.
And
mine was 4 years ago. Yeah, just a little over 4. And it's interesting because I had so little tissue because that was the part of it. Like it couldn't push out when I was developing. And so when he took them out, he said, I think you're going to have a C cup. And I said, wait, what? I barely had an A when I started.
Oh.
Because we get more tissue as we get older. Some of us do. And so I had enough to reconstruct my breasts, do a lift. You can't really even tell that I had implants. They're the best they've ever looked. So it didn't matter, though. I mean, to be honest, I was so sick. I didn't care what it was going to look like. I just wanted to feel better.
40 symptoms is a lot. And, with a lot of people, a lot of my girlfriends, it caused lupus, which you probably know.
Yes.
I did not feel sick, but I knew when someone looked at me and said, you need to take those out. I was like, yeah, why do I have them? It was a different era. I don't need them anymore.
Right.
And I feel horrible when I hear how sick people got and how sick you got.
Hi, I'm your inner dream monologue, and you're fast asleep, so I'll be quick. Great job using the Colgate Optic White Overnight Teeth Whitening Pen before bed. When used as directed, it gives you a visibly whiter smile in just 7 days. So while I fly and talk to animals, you're removing teeth stains with ease. Sweet dreams. And when you wake up, keep on living life to the brightest. Colgate Optic White. Find it at all major retailers.
Life is hard, but finding a really great podcast makes the days go by so much easier. Hi, my name is Blue Telusma. I'm a writer, an emotional intelligence coach, and the host of Humanize with Blue Telusma, a podcast where we believe that when you humanize everyone in the room, a great conversation is almost guaranteed. Join us every week here on ElectraCast as me and my guest co-hosts unpack big topics and interview even bigger personalities with a sense of humor and a dash of mischief. If you're looking for a new best friend in your head, we've got you covered. ElectraCast.
so being on this show, unapologetically fab.
Yes.
Do you feel that this made you unapologetically fab? Do you feel that you're that?
I'm just speaking my truth. This is what happened to me. I know that it's very controversial. I've been shadow banned for the last 3.5 years on social media. They don't want the story getting out, but this is my personal experience, and I'm going to talk about it.
And this is what makes you absolutely unapologetically fab right now. Mm-hmm. We are being our true, authentic selves. So I think that is the whole purpose. That's why we wanted to have you here. Yeah. That's why we want to share with everybody, stories of, even if you're feeling something, like maybe this could help somebody, maybe,
My God, how many people have come to you? And I mean, you can't even...
I've lost count. I'm an advocate as well as having my social media platform and still working in an office where we are largely explanting patients. So yeah, so many. I mean, I must get 20 or more calls a week.
What are the ways in which your flaws make you uniquely fabulous?
Well, it's so funny that I work in plastic surgery. I mean, I love scars, for instance, and I didn't even use any scar cream after my surgery because I thought, I want to see something. These are, right? Shows a testament of what I've been through.
That's a great idea for a book, by the way.
Yeah.
A book of scars.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah. Well, like my main photo on my social media account, you see them. I never try to cover them up because I just think that's a testament to what I've been through.
It's so interesting because my scars really messed me up because I never had scars before. I mean, I have scars, but they've all kind of faded away. And these were the most obvious scars I've ever had. So I love that you embrace them. It's going to help me embrace them.
Well, I can say this, so many women, and it breaks my heart, come in and say, well, I'm so sick, and you can tell they have a majority of the symptoms, but I'm not going to do this because I don't want to see any scars. And that just breaks my heart because, trust me, when you get sick enough, you don't care what anything's going to look like.
It's funny that you say that, actually, because I have stretch marks still. Mm-hmm. And I've been so self-conscious of that forever. And then I think just until recently, I'm wearing half shirts now, I'm 100 years old. And I'm just kidding. I'm wearing these half shirts, right? And these,
you look
when I met you, I was wearing that small little shirt.
You look amazing.
And I'm like, you know what? I am owning this. Good. I had a beautiful child, one child, and you know what? That was my character.
I just feel it's our duty to the younger generations, and I'm going to be speaking out much more to younger women. In fact, with one of my girlfriends who was a supermodel, still is. And I think it's important that we keep talking about this because the pressure that they must feel, and then you add in the filters and all of this. I can't stand filters on social media. I'm sorry. I
use them sometimes. I
get it.
You don't need to. That doesn't make you unapologetic. I'm just saying. I hate filters because everyone knows.
Exactly.
I'm like, just take the freaking picture.
Yeah.
And I don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
And then I have girlfriends, God bless them, I love you all.
Right.
But that do these filters, and if I had to be on some kind of app, that would not be who you would see when you were meeting me. I'm so unapologetic. Like, what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, bye.
Exactly. And like I said, I gave up the Botox. I gave it all up, and I took my implants out. That's okay. Hey, we all have to make the best decisions for ourselves. No judgment at all.
But you're beautiful. I mean, inside and
so
out.
are you.
Thank you.
I think that's what we want to express here is, being beautiful, staying true, trying to be natural. This whole looking like, I don't want to say their names because I'm not even putting them down. I love their show and everything, but it's weird that everybody looks like that.
Well, and this is why I'm trying to promote holistic beauty in Beverly Hills, and I've actually been trying since 2012. The world just wasn't ready for it yet. Because if we're in Beverly Hills, the cosmetic beauty capital of the world, why are we not celebrating ethnic beauty, holistic beauty? Why is it just this one beauty? It doesn't make sense to me. So if we're going to be in some place like this, we need to celebrate all types of beauty.
Absolutely. What, in the holistic beauty field that you're in, what's a procedure or something you would recommend to someone with fair, dry skin?
Oh, that's a great question.
I'm your typical fair, dry skin girl.
Well, I started using a tool called the gua sha to stimulate your lymph in your face and using oil with it.
I love that.
And my
skin drinks oil.
I know.
Loves it.
Oh no, I'm going to send it to you. What to order. You'll love it. And I just had what's called a buccal facial yesterday. It's amazing. She actually puts gloves on and gets inside your cheeks. It is so painful if you haven't done it in a while. Like I hadn't done it in a few months.
It's like a lymphatic massage on the inside of the face. I've had that before.
And it's great for relieving tension, which releases any trapped emotions, but also alleviates the need for fillers and Botox.
I need this. I've never done a lymph, whatever drainage.
I'll take you.
I don't even go get facial.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yes.
A menage a trois facial.
It's right down the street from our favorite sushi restaurant too.
Oh, is it?
Sushi and facial.
That's right.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Let's do this. Yes, so I would love to go do this. I've never done any of this. I'm the most ungirly. No facials. I told you I use bar soap on my face.
Oh, let's stop that, please.
Even I have to stop you right there. That is not unapologetically fab.
Products, but I'm like, just no.
But you don't have to go expensive. It doesn't have to be
at all.
Pricey either to take care of your skin.
No, not at all.
I could put Aquaphor on my face, and my face will be like.
I'm a Hawaiian. I straight up am a coconut. I have coconut. I use coconut all over.
I love that.
And shea butter.
I love that.
So that's all I actually really use.
Coconut's good for a lot of things.
So we're wrapping up. I have a question though. Let's go to, what does gratitude mean to you?
So much more since I got better. I can't even tell you. I don't think I ever really stopped to think about it before. And I am so grateful to be alive and so grateful to be helping all of these beautiful women that it's what gets me going every morning. So appreciative of it all.
Amazing. Anything else you would like to say or share or
No,
while you're here?
I just also want to really make it clear that, and we touched on this a little bit, I'm not anti-plastic surgery. I am pro everyone, your body, your choice, make decisions for yourself. I am not trying to ruin anybody's livelihoods. I am not trying to get breast implants off the market. I am just sharing my story because I felt like going through this, if I didn't, knowing what I know from my experience and being in the industry, well, I just wouldn't be able to live with myself.
We have talked about this, and that's really what living unapologetically and living by design is that you get to do you, and you're not taking away from others. You're just telling your story, which helps so many other people to make a decision one way or the other, or to reach out to you and ask questions. And that's what's so fab.
Well, thank you.
I really want to thank you.
Thank you
for
both.
being here
you
and
both,
coming today.
Two lovely, strong, beautiful women. Very nice to meet you.
Yes, very much mahalo for being here today. I love you. We now have another lifer on our hands.
Yes.
We're about to change the world here.
Yes, we are. The divine feminine.
The
Absolutely.
divine.
Well, I'd just love for everybody to know how we can reach you, how we can find you, maybe your social media outlets you could share with everybody.
Yes, the Holistic Beauty Coach on Instagram. And I also work with Dr. Kevin Brenner in Beverly Hills, kevinbrennermd.com.
How did you end up getting to work with him? Was he an explant doctor?
It's interesting. He had been seeing patients who he was explanting at the time I found him. I had gone to 3 consultations first with 3 huge breast surgeons in Beverly Hills, where, I think that we should all be educated on all aspects of surgery. And they all said to me that this was not real, that these women were all liars, and that they would not take my implants out because I wasn't going to be happy with the way they looked. So I went home that day and I said to one of them before I left, I said, you let me worry about what it's going to look like because I can't feel like this anymore. And I went home and I prayed. And 2 days later, I Googled one more time, Beverly Hills explant, and Dr. Kevin Brenner popped up. And I looked at it as a sign. So I went in for the consultation, and to my surprise, he said, I think it's time we take these out and leave them out. And I said, I couldn't agree more. And I did it 3 weeks later. And then, I never planned on working with him. I didn't know what I was going to do because I wasn't going to work in an office with anyone who sold breast implants until we figured out what was going on. And about 6 months later, I had sent him several patients, and he said, would you like to handhold these patients through their journey? And I said, I would love that. And I've become a patient advocate now.
And he's an advocate as well?
Yeah, he's amazing. Our whole staff is so amazing. We've been doing 3 to 4 surgeries a week for the last 4 years.
How many years now?
3.5 years.
With him?
Yeah, almost 4.
But he doesn't do implants anymore.
He does not do implants
See, I have not met a doctor that does that yet.
There aren't too many.
Thank you so much. We're going to wrap up now, and we appreciate you being here. We're going to see her a few times during the series of our Unapologetically Fab. Stay tuned on the next episode of UF with the First Lady of Motown. From the first group signed to Motown, Smokey Robinson, and the Miracles, Claudette Robinson. And before I end, I always like to end with a quote. Faults in a person or thing, everyone has them, and it's what makes you unique to yourself. So let's stop trying to fix and deny them, but to learn to embrace them and love ourselves deeper. Thank you for listening to us today. You've been listening to Unapologetically Fab, a production of ElectraCast Media. I'm your host and producer, Stefany Baclaan.
And I'm Eden Alpert, co-host and producer.
Our executive producers are Mark Netter
And Peter Rafelson.
And our sound engineer is Chris Sousa. If you like our show, which I hope you do, please rate and review us
wherever you listen to podcasts.
ElectraCast.
Hey, it's Tim from 50 Years of Music with 50-Year-Old White Guys, the comedy podcast you had no idea you needed. Join Ben, Jeff, and me as we continue our musical road trip back through the years and around the globe. See, just when you thought all white guys were like Joe Rogan, you come across 3 educators trying to remember when we were cool.
50 Years of Music with 50-Year-Old White Guys.
ElectraCast.
Welcome, explorers of the human experience. This is Let's Talk Soul, and I'm your host, Claudia Monticelli. We're not afraid of the great mysteries of existence here. Soul versus consciousness, we're on it. Spirituality versus science, we've got that covered too. Join us in navigating these profound topics with wisdom, curiosity, and a dash of audacity. Whether you're a spiritual veteran or just starting your journey, Let's Talk Soul is your passport to the unknown. Let's Talk Soul, diving into the depths of the human spirit. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts.